good time to tackle the upholstery on the back seats. It's supposed to be one of the easier jobs in the upholstery world. So I guess the big trick to this is these holes. They're not just there for drainage or letting air out when you sit down. They're there to attach this cushion in place. The way it works is it gets stitched through the holes directly to the metal. This will get all padded out, and then this will get pulled around and glued in place. If this wasn't attached to the bottom, when you pulled this around, it would pull up and you could never get it tight. So that has to get glued down or stitched down. The other thing, when this gets pulled around to be glued, there's going to be some extra foam that we're going to have to cut off. Okay, so the first step is to line up the holes. We want to put the holes through this. It's we have several layers here. We have the foam, some leather, 2 layers of vinyl for that's the piping, another layer of leather. So there's going to be a lot to go through. First, we're going to find the center, which is right here. We're going to line it up with the first hole. Luckily, it's centered. Now we could try to sew directly through this, but it's so thick, you would have a very, very hard time doing that. So I'm going to use leather hole punch just to get through all of that. You want to make sure not to hit the threads, but just go through all those layers. That's not bad. Let me show you what I'm going to stitch it up with. This is some cord that I have. It's braided nylon cord. I don't remember what it's from, but super strong. And we're just going to sew it through once we get all the holes punched. But now, for now, with the first hole punched, we can line it up and find where the others are. Now that we have the holes made, it's pretty simple to stitch it on there. I've simply tied a big knot in the end, threaded the string through, and then it goes in the hole. Skip over to the next hole. Alright, now once everything's through, you can go through and tighten it up like you do laces on your shoes. And because it's an odd number, we're going to tie it off at the end here. So I'm using a modified granny knot. You just go through twice. It gives the ball on the end an extra, makes it extra thick. Then cut it off, maybe a little more, and burn it. Next step is to do some padding. So what I'm going to do is add a couple layers of the batting. I'm going to do a layer down here and then another layer on top of it that goes a little bit further. I think that 2 of those will give enough cushion to hold this out right. If not, we'll add some more. Now I have the 3 layers in there. I think that's going to be plenty to fluff it out. I think the hard part is going to be keeping the wrinkles out of it as we go around. Leather stretches very nice, but this is a difficult form to do. Anyway, I'm going to have to be patient with it. Before I glue this back on, I have gone through and marked where the holes are because the leather's going to wrap around and cover up the holes, and I'm going to need to find those because that's where the screws go through. The screws go through the new clean upholstery into the body to hold these in place. I drew long lines that will lead me to where they go. So when it's covered up, I can see it's it's there, and I know that it's very close to the edge, so I'll be able to find the hole better. It'll save me a lot of time hunting around. Also, I've used spray glue to hold the batting in place, but I'm going to use contact adhesive to hold the leather to the steel. It's thicker, stronger, more solid connection than the spray glue will be. It also sets a bit faster. Well, I think overall it turned out alright. There's a few little, well, it needs to stretch a bit, I think.